Hi, I'm Sailor Berry, and this is Haley.
I'm a tattoo artist.
And it's unclear what I do, but I do a lot.
If you guys want to see what happens here, or this thing, or what the hell is going on right here, then you guys want to keep watching this episode.
And if you'd like to know what that means, just keep watching the episode.
Yeah, what's happening?
Where am I? What's happening?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate your time. And if you feel like liking, commenting, or subscribing, that's a free way to support our channel. And if you want to go further than that, hit up the Patreon or the PayPal, because we're doing this full time if we can do it. So that depends on you guys.
Yeah, we're making a runner for it.
Woo! And I really hope that you guys enjoy this episode. I put a lot of time into it, and we're listening to you. We censored all the swear words. I hope you guys enjoy that. Enjoy the episode. Thank you so much for your time. Cheers. All right, let's go back a bit. This is Dagon. This is a 1956 Seagoer, and my girlfriend Haley and I spent a lot of time and money restoring it. But then suddenly appeared Thunderchild. This threw a huge monkey wrench in all of our plans for sailing and living aboard Dagon because, well, I accidentally bought the boat. Whoops. A lot has happened. We went on our maiden voyage, we got all the sails up, and we got to enjoy Thunderchild for what she is. A beautiful old wooden sailing boat. We were approached by whales up close and personal, and we went to a fancy dinner and we got all dressed up, and it was amazing. And then after that, we went off to the yacht races in Vancouver, a bunch of classic wooden boats, and here's the trophies they handed out. Then I enjoyed a nice solo sail from Vancouver to Gabriola Island, but along the way I do some teaching and I teach y'all some really cool techniques while out at sea. And I introduce everybody to Nathan and Appa, the new owners of Dagon, and how they're starting to settle in on the boat. That's a little recap of the last episode, but there's lots more cool adventures coming up, and I hope you guys enjoy Thunderchild as much as we do. All right, you're all caught up now. Let's enjoy the continuation of this wild adventure that is Thunderchild. Here we go, another solo voyage across the Strait of Georgia from Gabriola Island to Vancouver, BC. Unlike the other times I've gone across on Thunderchild, this time it is extremely rainy, quite cold, and as you'll see, very lumpy out. Pretty unpleasant start to the trip. She's lumpy, she's gross, but I got the autopilot on. Just gonna get out past this little shoal over here and then turn past this island, and Thrasher Rock is out there, so just getting some headway. Well, we're really enjoying this little Dodger with the autopilot right here. Woo! She is gross and lumpy out. No matter what the conditions, as long as the vessel is sound and safe, which Thunderchild is, it's always a joy to cross any body of water, and I'm very much enjoying this trip. Seeing this and experiencing this gave me a lot of confidence in Thunderchild. What a wonderful experience to be able to go through seas like this with confidence. I don't really know what's going on. I can see a boat I know very well, Rugen, just dead ahead, like fucking flogging around. I hope they're okay. I'll give them a quick radio hail and make sure all is well, because they don't look like they're doing too good. Sailing vessel Rugen, sailing vessel Rugen, sailing vessel. When I first spotted Rugen, she was doing circles. She did about 3 or 4 circles in a row, and everything was flopping around everywhere, but now they're back on course and looking a lot better. Sailing vessel Rugen, sailing vessel Rugen, sailing vessel Rugen. This is Thunderchild. Let this be a lesson for you. If you're out on the waters, monitor channel 16. No dice. They look fine now. They just have all their shades and stuff on, which is reckless out here, but from what I understand, they're the new owners, and they are moving the boat to Silva Bay. So I do know that boat pretty well. I know the owners really well, prior owners, and I've sailed on that boat a few times. She is a Cullen Archer gaff-rigged cutter, wonderful boat. and what was really the inspiration for me wanting to get Thunderchild. So very weirdly full circle to bump into them out on the high seas. Bummer I didn't get to talk to them. It is 3:30. I'm an hour away. I'm soaking wet. I'm freezing cold. Conditions have calmed right down, so I got a fire going and my feet are getting warm. Pants are starting to dry off, but yeah, it's been pretty ugly out here. Ugly or not, I'll take it. Any day on the water is a good day, and as many of you who live in the Pacific Northwest know, as soon as these sorts of conditions come about, it is when the Pacific Northwest really comes to life. It's so beautiful out here, and the fog and the rain and the trees, it just creates a visual atmosphere that is hard to come by anywhere in the world. And debatably, there might not be a better vantage point than from the ocean. Oh, I don't often get this wet sailing. I really should put on my Fally pants, but a little too late for that now. All right, I am anchored in False Creek. Just got some mail.
What's Barry up to today? Also, don't disregard my dirty apartment. I'm moving.
Don't disregard it.
Judge me.
Okay.
What is it, Barry? Hurry up.
It's in the box.
This is already 25 seconds and I gotta take my jacket off.
Oh, sheesh.
He's getting sued. No, it's a certificate of registry.
So this is,
That must be on board all the time.
Thunderchild. Sweet.
Oh, look, it's Ringer too. I've been keeping him safe here while we figure out where he goes.
He either goes with Dagon or goes with TC. We'll find out. But this is cool.
Congratulations, babe. Okay,
Good
cool.
job, Barry.
Done right away. I kind of just would like to have it done. Also, this was in my grandma's living room since like the 60s. It is terrifying if you look closely at it. When she moved to her old folks home, I asked if I could have it, but I'm giving it back to her because like it's a beautiful monstrosity.
This one always freaks me out because he looks
That's
like
the
he's wearing
worst.
makeup, and then this one's
They
got
have
a
like
whompy face.
the faces of like Michelangelo's women, you know?
Oh no.
Where it's actually men, but they're just with tits. It's like adult, they're children.
The walls are getting blank though.
Blankety blank. Also said my mom could have this. Because she will like yoga. Wow, that's like literally all of my treasured things that are left. Or in that.
What you doing?
I'm just preparing a roast for Sunday dinner. So first you want to slice into the carcass exactly at this point, which reduces it by half. And then you're just gonna lightly pat it dry with a paper towel and just make sure that there's no moisture on it. Then after that, I just recommend salt and pepper. And then you prepare your baking dish, preheat the oven to 425. And then just put a little tin foil in there and you're good to go. So you're just gonna have to go in a little harder to get that bone out.
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt yourself, but the bone, it's gonna require some work.
Yeah.
Much like pulling off a teak deck.
What Haley's not expressing is that this is deeply symbolic of her separating herself from the city life. She's now cutting down her yoga
The
stretching
Yule log.
thing, the Yule log, to boat size.
Can we just snap it in half? Oh yeah, it's no risk.
Is anyone else terrified? I'm terrified.
When you're at the chiropractor's, am I right? Oh, yeah. You can still use it, I think, pretty good. Actually, it's almost better now because
It's his and hers.
it's not going to get in the way of things. That literally works exactly the same. Have they been just selling us more things than we need? Even this could be half the size and it still works great.
Yep. And this is how you make your giant oversized products, boat size products. Thanks for joining us. This is Haley's TED Talk.
Thank you for watching our show. Stay tuned for next week where we cut other things in half, but maybe hot dog.
Probably a hot dog or a crab.
This was hamburger, so hot dog next time.
All right, as you can see, more fabric for Simon. Thunderchild is full of, and so is this tender right now, things that are going with us to Gabriola. And today, which is super exciting, my friend Alec, who you've seen help me restore Dagon, he is coming with. Yeah, we got 3 crew on this trip, and I'm really looking forward to this one. It's supposed to be blowing 15 to 25 knots northwest. Northwest, strong ones like this can sometimes create a lot of fetch and nasty conditions, so the possibility that it'll be yet another very lumpy, uncomfortable sail is real. But with Alec being able to run around on deck and do deck work is going to be really, really handy for us throwing sails up if we so decide, which I think we will. Here it is, it's everything we've been waiting for, a proper sail. We got the mizzen up and we got 2 foresails up and everything is going amazing. Sails like this that really, really inspire confidence in this vessel. Look at her go. Ever since my first time setting foot on a sailboat, my favorite place to be is on the bow of a boat, hanging onto the forestay while ripping through waves. Oh yeah. These are some pretty big waves for the Strait of Georgia. But we got Alex and Haley at the helm and autopilot, so what more could you need? Woo! As is normal for Haley and I, something broke. It was the little pin that holds the autopilot in place, so we're hand steering right now, but a quick replacement and we're straight back to sailing. Oh yeah! We're pinching a little too close to the wind and the outer foresail wasn't really doing a whole lot, so I sent Alec up to take it down. This is our final tack before we head into Silva Bay, and we're on the home stretch now. There was no point where the conditions let up, so we got to enjoy a sporty sail the entire way into Silva Bay. Nothing like being able to spend my entire day in my happy place, on my boat, at the bow. We got into Silva Bay just around sunset, which is perfect because it gave us plenty of time to grab a mooring ball and make some dinner and relax for the evening after such an exhausting and exhilarating day at sea. Rise again, rise again, rise again. Again, I belong to the knowledge. Those love and best and what we do till the end, make them merry and kind. Alec hopped on the fast ferry and made his way back to Vancouver this morning, but it's time for Haley and I to get back to work on setting up our new shop.
Oh no! Can you grab the hydrops?
We are taking over one of the spaces in Silva Bay. So we're just ditching all the trash that's in there and getting it ready for Nathan, Haley, and I to take over. We couldn't be luckier to call Silva Bay home right now. Our shop has provided us with space to work on projects, which is wonderful, but it's also been providing us a social space and a warm space during some of the colder winter nights. Somewhere to recharge our batteries, both literally and figuratively. And on top of that, there's always something interesting going on in Silva Bay. And in this case, we were treated with a beautiful old airplane, still fully operational, taking passengers. Simon and I approached to admire it, and we were asked to lend a hand, which was a wonderful experience. And as you'll see, nearly life-threatening for Simon.
After the engine's running, just truck it off the dock.
Okay, so
Like-
you'll power out and I'll just...
I won't even power it, it'll just start, but you can just take this line and go like
Pull it
this,
this way,
and it'll
okay.
just push the whole airplane
Got
off
it,
the dock.
got it.
Thanks.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Do you know what you're doing?
I'll stay away from the spinny bit. Got it. Really got me. That's the first time I've done that. That's cool. Could you imagine if that had caught me
Oh,
in the
dude,
head,
I know.
brought the prop back into and drove right into that dock or something?
Oh.
My God, didn't even think about it.
That's a real treat. One of my favorite boats is down at the docks right now. It's from 1903, Scaffricked Cutter, and the boat's name is Ziska. I saw it once a few years ago in Port Townsend, and it just happens to be here down at the docks. This is Ziska. She was built in 1903, and she's still afloat. This boat was originally built for fishing off the coast of England. At one point in the 1990s, this boat was bought by a 19-year-old who restored it and sailed 25,000 miles around the world aboard her. The voyage took 6 years. Stanford, the current owner, purchased it in Port Townsend eventually, and he did a massive restoration to her as well. Stanford clearly has an eye for the traditional. Everything aboard this boat is an absolute treat for the eyes. Even just look at this little hardware for holding the hatches up. Stunning. Even the copper sheeting that surrounds the fireplace was salvaged off of the bottom of a ship. Everything is dripping with style. This is how he pumps his water for his sink. And the fabric that he used to make his sails, it's all a spun dacron that looks like traditional canvas, but has the modern functionality of a synthetic. You can see here how the boat started out when he got his hands on it. Quite the transformation. Oh, even these are great. The little low friction rings.
Also spun dacron yards.
Yeah, it's wild because it looks traditional. Everything on this boat is a treat for the eyes.
Yeah, that's
And if you look here, he uses modern materials instead of traditional where it's appropriate, and I really respect that.
It doesn't have bowsprit shrouds. You tension up the bobstay. The tricky part is getting the mortise lined up right to fit the tenon.
I'm so grateful that wooden boats bring people together the way that they do. All I was doing was admiring Stanford's boat from afar, and his first reaction was to invite me aboard to have breakfast. Here you see Stanford using basic block and tackle to extend the bowsprit, which is quite genius if you think about it, because you pay by the foot at a marina. So when he pulled up here, he was able to save a couple bucks, all for some simple effort. I couldn't be luckier to have bumped into Stanford down at the docks, and what a wonderful experience it was to step aboard Siska and have such a hands-on tour of her.
Welcome.
What a kind gentleman. I'm so thankful I got to meet him and his wife.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Give her. All right. Fair winds and following seas. Pleasure to meet you both.
Getting to meet them was such an inspiration. They're exactly who Haley and I hope to be in the future. What a beautiful experience getting to see this firsthand. Had a good wrap with the owners of the boat, hung out for a while. They made me some coffee, but also they gave me this wonderful cup. Make sure to follow them on Instagram. I believe this is their Instagram handle. And yeah, hopefully we cross paths again with them. Love it. Hats off for them. They must have been really studying the weather. They departed just before a big storm hit Gabriola. It was pretty lumpy out at the anchorage, and life was kind of uncomfortable aboard the boat, but there wasn't too much destruction on land. As you'll see, there was a little bit though, but in the end it provided me some work, which worked out pretty good for me in the long run.
Oh, I don't give a shit about that one.
Just getting set up for cleaning this tree up. It fell down, as you saw, probably on this motorcycle. May have missed it. We don't know. There's 3 here. Yeah, this will be fun. We've really been able to integrate into the community here, and I'd really like to thank Simon for that. He's really been the one that stuck his neck out for us. But because of him, I was given a contract to cut all of this up, so I took the extra time to cut it up even smaller so that it would work really well for our fireplace. This is the perfect size for a tiny wood stove. So Haley's away. She's in the city kind of wrapping up. Last we're packing and last we're working. And I'm just trying to make some sense of the space in here. Pulling everything out from the deep storage and trying to make somewhere for us to store all of our clothes and that sort of stuff, and have this place be a bit more convenient. So this whole section here, which you can see is cram-packed with our stuff up top. There's this space behind all these, and then there's all of this storage down below here. Yeah, now I'm gonna put everything into bags, dry bags, and stuff it all back in there nice and neat. It is absolutely gorgeous out here with this little bit of fog rolling in. The fog over here, past the little islands there. Wow, just beautiful. Dang. Just down below working on organizing, and man, it's fucking beautiful out. Huh. Unbelievable. How lucky can one man be? 4-peak cover on. It's actually a lot cooler than I thought it was. It kind of acts like a little tent and kind of gives you extra storage space out front. I just put that there to hike it up. There's probably a better way. I'll figure it out another time. Okay, so here I have a bronze pump that doesn't seem to be pumping. It's one of mine. And the boat came with this one, which also does not pump. So Vivian and John were amazing and smart enough to buy a rebuild kit for the pump, but because I can't take theirs apart, I can take mine apart. The trick is, once you get the top section here off, then you gotta get the one below it off. And the thing that this pump does that the other one does not easily do, which is why I'm rebuilding this one instead, is the next step, which confused me and disoriented me and made me give this one a try. That's all loose. Then the bottom section unthreads. Thread it on. And now that we've got this off of there, we've got these open. Here's the ring that fell out, and here's the ball bearing that fell out also. There it is. So this can now be freed through the center there and pulled off. We got, I'm gonna get my little pullers and see if I can pull that one out. Probably use this one. Got this out. This is the packing gland, works a lot like a stuffing box. Tightens on, and this guy goes on. So really ensuring a nice tight seal there. This goes on shallow side here. Since I don't want this disassembling on me again, I'm gonna crank down on this nice and hard. And this goes back together like so. Ball bearing is encased in there. And to make sure that we don't go through all this for nothing, get this on there nice and good. So now, by all rights, this should be a functioning pump. You know, it would be really handy though if I did this in the correct order of operations. Don't forget to attach your nozzle into the mix. This is just a nut to keep the swivel handle locked in place. I've attached it to the hose. I've yet to have, sorry about the disgusting galley, I've yet to have running water on this boat. So I don't know if this is gonna work. Whoa! Oh yeah! Just got a little fire going. Got the bed set up. Got the tent set up forward. Got the table set up. Got the galley set up. And maybe, I think Simon's coming over for food. Maybe that's him. That is him. Oh, what perfect time. It's probably easier to hop up on TC. Oh, honey's fine, never mind.
Easy to tie up here, easier.
There you go. You do you. Honey, you coming over? Honey, over here. Come on. Figure it out. What? Honey, I'm on this boat. You're on the wrong boat.
Go.
Oh God. Come on, do it. Honey,
There's a
come,
lot of
come.
line here, eh? What do you think of that? What do you think of all that? Hey, this boat's taller. Pretty spooky. Do you want to go under? Do you want to go over?
You can put your foot on the top shroud. There you go.
Come on. Like an athlete. There she goes.
Coming in, honey? Come in. Ain't nothing to it. Okay, so part 2 of getting the water pump going is that I can get the water tanks filled now, and I can put some water treatment inside the tanks. So I'm gonna flash up, cast off to Dagon, tie up to the fuel dock, and fill up my tanks. Riding the high of getting that water pump going, getting the bed set up in the V-berth, I was feeling good. It was exciting. Time to cast off, fill up the water tanks, find out what the deal is, how much water it stores. Oh, so exciting. About to start living proper. I really should have come in starboard too. Every time I went to go in reverse, the stern would just walk away the wrong direction. So, now I know. Starboard too every time. Connect this to this. So, there's a bunch of motor parts sitting on top of it, so I pulled those out. Here's the water tank in here, which is slowly filling, which is great because that is a decent amount of water. I just pulled the tent back. I found the water fill for the forward one, so I was given this. So hopefully that opens one of them. And my friend Joel is leaving. He's actually the guy who, if it wasn't for Joel, I wouldn't have wound up with this boat. He really made the connection happen, so what a dope guy. Off he goes. This one does. There's like no goddamn leverage on this. I have a better tool. I didn't think about it too much, but hindsight is 50-50. There's probably a perfectly good reason why the prior owners were not using this water tank. And I was absolutely about to find out why. Well, here's a problem. It's got a leak in it, which sucks for me, because also I think the fill, oh my god, my bad. I think the fill must also have a leak in it. That's my bad. It's flooding my pants right now. Okay, well, everything. This sucks big time. This sucks. Okay, well, I'm redocked against Dagon. There was an airplane coming in and I had to leave the docks in a bit of a hurry. What a bummer. Now my bed's soaking wet and I just got it set up and covered and waterproof and
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Sailor Berry. And Haley.
and Haley and Barry, but also, holy crap, that bed got soaking wet.
Whoa! Will it ever get dry? Who knows?
It's still wet to this day, some people say.
No, there's definitely mold that resulted from
Yeah.
that, but I cleaned it. I cleaned it for you.
I really hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I put a ton of time and effort into it, and
I was trying to read a book, and he was doing that, and it was not going well for me. Please enjoy the disruption to my life.
Haley suffered a lot for this
I
episode.
was just trying to get some pages in, bro.
Yeah, and feel free to like, comment, or subscribe if you haven't done it already. And those
We
are
know you did, because
yeah.
you guys are good viewers.
I know Brian
Not like-
Sexton did that, so that's a given.
Name drop.
And yeah, it's a free way to support the channel. And if you guys want to buy us a beer or support us on Patreon or help us fund bigger projects on all 3 of these boats, then please feel free to jump on Patreon or PayPal, or you can discuss with me what you want to help support. Any of those things, go for it. We're open to it.
But if not, if you're like us and you don't have that much money, just like watch the episode.
Yeah, it helps. It really does. And big shout out to all the patrons. We're at 20 now. That's massive. Unbelievable. The page is growing, and there's lots of sneak preview content. There's a couple episodes out ahead of time usually, and there is little videos we post and photo dumps we do, and we have direct communication with everybody there. So please feel free to support us that way if you want. You can join as a free member also, and just get notifications when stuff is live, because YouTube doesn't necessarily do a great job of doing that for everybody.
Wow, shade.
Yeah,
It's been fun,
it
but
has.
now it's time for us all to part.
Yes,
And so I say good day.
it's closing time.
Yeah, parting is such sweet sorrow. I bid thee day till it be morrow.
Alas, Horatio. I knew him, Horatio. Damn it, I got it wrong.
I think we're... It's okay. It's okay. You can just turn it off.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have to.
Live your lives, be free.
Have a wonderful day.
Remember me.
Don't take wooden nickels, and
Don't buy wooden boats.
all right, have a good one. Cheers.